Shit, so like going off that, like you said, you know what I'm saying, you was in the starting lineup, and so like this year, you know what I'm saying, you in the Sun Belt, and you was a 6 man of the year, but like you know, you good enough to start. You know what I'm saying, like you shown it day in day out. You know what I'm saying, they rely on you for a lot of like you get starter minutes. You feel me? You do starter production, get starter minutes, but like you coming off the bench, so it was like, was that communicated between you and the coach? Like, okay, like, yeah, you good enough to start, but like we want you to be that spark off the bench that keep us rolling, or was it like what was the communication? Like, what was that? Like, what made you become the 6 man and not the starter?
Okay, so I was starting all through the year, you know what I'm saying, the non-conference and stuff like that, but in like the first couple games in the beginning of the summer, like conference play, and I missed my backup like right before the Georgia Southern game, so I ain't play. It was a home game, I ain't play. So you know, when you come back from not playing, you're not starting. Like that's just how I go. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so, I came back, I wasn't starting. You know what I'm saying. And I killed off the bench, man. It was like, that jump was easy. I was like, man, like I kind of fell in love with it because like I was like, man, like I get to see the game, you know what I'm saying, before I get in and stuff like that. But like you said, it was, at first it wasn't communicated. Like around that time it wasn't communicated. You know what I'm saying? But when it was time for me to like, all right, it's time for Fat to get back in the lineup, you know what I'm saying? That's when it was communicated. Like he came to me. He was like, man, you've been killing it the last like I came out the bench 3 games in a row. I was kind of confused, but I don't care. Like I'm in Division 1 level, bro. I'm playing. Like I'm getting the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like so he came to me. He was like, what you like about coming out the bench? I mean, yeah, I could have said like I don't like it, but I actually do like it. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I like that. Like it's better for the team. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you know what I'm saying. The seniors, you know what I'm saying. The seniors is their last year. They get to start. You know what I'm saying? I got more years. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'll come out the bench. He came to me like, you want to come out the bench? I'm like, yeah, I'll come out the bench, coach. I'll do anything. Like, I'll do anything.
Sure.
So he was like, he was like, bet. So I started coming out the bench, man. Like, soon as I sub in the game, man, like the other coach would be like that, you know how they do. Like they'll try to say something like, yeah, that like he really the man. Like I don't know why he's coming out the bench. So I get all the heat. So I'm in there with the not actually the bench players, but like you know what I'm saying, the people who come out the bench, like who come out the bench with me. Like so we in there with them. Like man, we so good because like the starters are out. They locking in on me, and you got people like Julian killing. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Julian who just is so open for him, like really open. But you know what I'm saying? It's like opening up for him, like he killing. So once I seen like my mans and them eating off of me coming out the bench, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. Like I'm gonna eat just like this. I'm good. Like what the coach told him, like don't put me back in the lineup. Like I know, like I ain't trying to be selfish in there, but like I want to come out the bench. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he cool with that and stuff like that.
My man said, "Big weed, little me."
That's very interesting because not a lot of guys would take that approach. You know, like a lot of people, they're like, oh, if I'm not starting, they could be playing starter minutes, but they're like, oh, if I'm not starting, it's like it's a punch to their ego or something. So like, hearing that from you is actually really refreshing because that's a cool mentality to have, and obviously it's paid dividends. It's been very successful for you and the team.
Yeah, damn, I feel like I set the trend for JMU basketball, period. Like, just in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, playing basketball, I'm pretty sure it's the same for football. Like, you got people who don't start and literally at, like, a girl about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you walking around, like, you tell something wrong. Like, you like, man, like, it's fine. Like, so I feel like I set that pathway for this coaching staff, period. Like they can always go back and tell anybody who coming in, like you know what I'm saying. Like we had the lean scorer on the team coming out the bench. Like he won 6 man of the year, second team all conference. So like you get second team all conference coming out the bench. Like man, come out the bench. Come out the bench, man. Like if you
it would be done.
Yeah. Like, just come out the bench, man. Ain't nothing wrong with coming out the bench. I know you want to look good, you know what I'm saying, in front of the school, coming out starting. Like, it look cool. You do look cool. Like, you coming out doing a handshake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's cool and all, but, like, once the game, you check and see who in at the end. Like, that's what matters, man. Who finish. Like, you don't got to start. Stat sheet. Yeah, just finish, man. Like, whatever you do for your team to win, do it, man. Like, it ain't worth just being sad because it don't go by fast. Like, that's how it don't go by fast, man.
Definitely do.
It'll be over like this, and then you think about, like, you pound. Now you ain't got no stats. Now when it's time to go pro, it's like, man, like I should just sucked it up and just did what I had to do for the team, and you gonna win.